Ángel Di María, the most underrated superstar of his generation. In football, greatness is not always measured by how famous you are. Sometimes the players who define eras are not the ones with the biggest headlines, the most Ballon d'Or conversations, or the biggest personalities. Sometimes greatness belongs to the player who appears when everything is on the line. The player who delivers when the pressure is unbearable. The player who creates moments that live forever. And for Argentina, that player has been Ángel Di María, a player who spent most of his career living in the shadows of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. A player who was often criticized. A player who was called inconsistent. But when history demanded a hero, Di María always answered. From Madrid to Manchester, Paris to Turin, and finally Argentina's greatest moments. This is the story of the man who was never the main character, but somehow kept writing the biggest chapters. Ángel Fabián Di María was born in Rosario, Argentina, the same football city that produced legends like Lionel Messi. But unlike Messi, Di Maria's childhood was far from glamorous. He grew up in a working-class family, and as a child, he was so energetic that doctors recommended football to help him release his energy. His family worked hard, and football became more than a passion. It became a way out. At a young age, Di María joined Rosario Central and quickly joined something special. He wasn't the strongest, he wasn't the biggest, but he had something that couldn't be taught: fearlessness. He played with this unbelievable confidence, always wanting the ball, always trying to create something, and that will become the identity of his entire career. In 2007, Di María moved to Portugal to join SL Benfica. This was where Europe started noticing him. At Benfica, he developed from a talented winger into a complete attacking player. Then came the biggest opportunity. In 2010, Real Madrid came calling, and this is where Di Maria's career changed forever. When people talk about Real Madrid's success during that era, they mention Cristiano Ronaldo, they mention Karim Benzema, they mention the trophies, but they don't always mention Di María enough. And they should, because Di María was the engine behind so much of Madrid's attack. Under Jose Mourinho, he became one of the team's most important players. He wasn't just a winger, he tracked back, he defended, he created chances, he sacrificed himself. He was the type of player every manager dreams of, a superstar willing to do the dirty work. Then came the moment that defined his Madrid legacy. In 2014 Champions League final against Atletico Madrid, Di María was incredible. His runs, his creativity, his energy. He was the difference. He won the Man of the Match award as Madrid finally lifted their famous 10th European Cup, La Décima. And yet, even after that, his name was rarely mentioned among the elites. After winning everything with Madrid, Di María moved to Manchester United. Many expected him to become the face of the club, but things never clicked. A different season, a different league, a struggling team. And suddenly, the same player who had been one of Europe's best was being questioned. This became a pattern throughout Di Maria's career. Whenever things went wrong, people questioned him. But whenever the biggest moments arrived, he showed up. At Paris Saint-Germain, Di María rebuilt himself. He became one of the most creative players in the club's history. Goals, assists, trophies, big performances. But the biggest missing piece was always Argentina. because international football was where Di Maria's story became complicated. Yes, Di Maria lived through Argentina's golden generation failures. The 2014 World Cup Final, the 2015 Copa America Final, the 2016 Copa America Final, 3 painful losses. And every time Argentina failed, the pressure increased. The team had Messi. They had incredible talent, but trophies kept escaping them. Many players would have broken, but Di Maria kept returning, and eventually football rewarded him. The final against Brazil, the pressure. Argentina had not won a major trophy in 28 years. Then came the moment. A beautiful pass from Rodrigo de Paul. Di Maria controlled it. Delicate chip over Ederson. Goal. Argentina finally had their trophy, and Di Maria became the hero. After all those years delivered the moment Argentina desperately needed. Then came Qatar 2022, the final against France, the biggest stage in football, and once again, Di Maria. After a brilliant team move, he finished one of Argentina's greatest World Cup final goals. He changed the game. Argentina looked unstoppable when he was on the pitch. A player who had been criticized for years was now a World Cup champion. The missing piece was finally complete. Why Di Maria is underrated? Di Maria's problem is simple. He played in the same era as Messi and Ronaldo, two players who completely changed football. Anyone next to them would look smaller. But the truth is, Di Maria was not just a talented winger, and maybe the greatest compliment you can give him is this. When Argentina needed magic, when Madrid needed a difference maker, when the biggest games arrived, Di Maria was there.